What we're really now seeing is that both of them, having posed as the victim for so long, are really the aggressors. That Meghan, we know she lied in her statement.
Meghan Markle is being sued by her half-sister for allegedly making, quote, false statements in the interview she and Prince Harry had with Oprah Winfrey back in 2021.
Meghan is facing backlash for letting her mouth run on national television. Tom Bower isn't staying silent, as he calls her out for presenting a so-called truth that's actually a bold-faced lie.
Because, of course, I got the real story that he got a blind date and was called up and all that. And this is the other thing, which is one of the many, many lies she tells, that she arrived in London, full career, single girl, wasn't interested. Of course, she'd been coming to London since 2013, hunting for a man to marry. She wanted an Englishman.
Meghan's sister, Samantha, who was once one of her closest family members, sued Meghan. With everything going on, Meghan might not be walking free from this. She'll have to answer for every careless word and every damaging lie she told about her sister and her family.
Meghan Markle's half-sister Samantha Markle has filed a defamation lawsuit against her. According to court docs obtained by ET, which were filed on Friday, Samantha is suing Meghan for defamation based on demonstrably false and malicious statements made to a worldwide audience.
Remember that famous interview with Oprah? She went into it armed with emotions, hoping her carefully placed tears would win over everyone. But in the middle of those tears, she made some shocking claims about her family, claims that are now falling apart.
Overnight, Harry and Meghan sat down with Oprah and let loose. Stunning claims from Meghan.
Have you noticed how Meghan cries, but there's never a tear? The makeup is never smeared.
Among many lies, the first one was about her upbringing. She said she was an only child.
But I grew up as an only child, which everyone who grew up around me knows. And I wished I had siblings. I would have loved to have.
That alone might have been ignored since it's about her, but then she took it further. She accused Samantha of suddenly using the Markle surname because she saw Meghan was getting married to Prince Harry.
True, but what she also claims is that Samantha only called herself Markle when Meghan was engaged to Harry, which Samantha says is...
That one hit Samantha hard. She wasn't going to let it slide like the others. Then Meghan claimed her family was so poor that she had to climb through the boot of a Ford Explorer. That story was just too much.
Interestingly, Samantha also says that Meghan's story about having a Ford Explorer where she could only get in through the boot was also untrue.
It painted her family in a way that didn't match the truth at all. This time, Samantha didn't keep quiet. She sued Meghan for making false claims on national television. Tom Bower, a royal biographer and a strong critic of Meghan, couldn't sit still either. He jumped in to expose her further, calling her out for her big mouth and labeling this case a game changer. Without mincing words, he said Meghan has a long history of stretching the truth. He pointed out her Oprah interview.
Nothing that came out of Meghan's mouth in that interview had not been rehearsed, all very carefully planned. And that was one of the headlines that she wanted.
Meghan says that she always wants to speak her truth, but now, if she can't back up these claims with hard evidence, she could be forced to face serious legal consequences. When your truth damages someone's reputation, it's no longer just a story, it becomes defamation. And now, legal accountability will have to draw the line between what's true and what's just emotionally convenient. Samantha is not giving up, and a key appellate hearing is scheduled for mid-August 2025. This is already affecting her so much that even showing up in public feels like a risk. People are avoiding her because they don't know what she'll say next or who she'll try to drag for sympathy. She's slowly becoming someone no one trusts, not even her old friends. Tom didn't stop there. He even mentioned how Meghan was noticeably absent from Oprah's celebrity-studded birthday party.
There's been some media speculation that Oprah has dropped Harry and Meghan. They weren't invited to her star-studded birthday. Surely this will have Harry calling his therapist like that time William broke his necklace.
Even her supposed close friends like the Obamas are keeping their distance. And really, if she could defame her own family so publicly, who's to say she won't do the same to them the moment things go south? Now, Oprah herself is taking some hits. After that interview, people started questioning her credibility. She was expected to be a tough journalist, someone who asks hard questions and demands proof. But instead, she let Meghan's stories go unchallenged. She comforted her, even when the so-called confessions sounded like carefully scripted drama.
Oprah, after all, was severely damaged by her interview. Her status for having allowed Meghan utter one lie after another, not challenging her as a fearsome interviewer, crashed after that interview.
Because she became a propagandist, didn't she?
Absolutely, and an accomplice to her lies.
And now, the same woman who once cried out for privacy is suddenly disappearing from the spotlight. It feels a bit too strategic. Allegedly, she's been meeting with billionaires like Gordon Getty and discussing her future plans, possibly to raise funds for some upcoming projects or even to help finance her legal battle.
Interesting story earlier this week that she was seen having a series of lunches with Gordon Getty, the 89-year-old billionaire oil man at the Beverly Hills Hotel. People are wondering what's all that about. Well, clearly she wants money.
Because let's be honest, she and Harry are reportedly running low on cash. With royal funds cut off, their luxury lifestyle is hanging by a thread. Tom Bauer isn't convinced this is the end.
So he's a very complicated, depressed, unintelligent man who is seeking a role and has got really nobody on whom he could rely, which is in the end where Meghan stepped in. I mean, a needy man met a woman who could help him with his needs.
Well, the future of Sussexes, I think, is pretty grim. I think that they're on a permanent decline. But they will, whenever they need money, whenever they need publicity to stoke their reputation, they'll drop another little bomb. I mean, we're still waiting, of course, for Meghan's own autobiography, which I'm sure she is penning. She is a good writer, and it'll be filled with vitriol and filled with lies. I mean, she will not tell the truth because she wants sensational headlines. That is the ultimate weapon she can deploy.
He believes Meghan might be planning a comeback, something massive to shake off the drama and rebrand herself, maybe a political move or a public stunt to silence her critics and announce, "I'm back."
She's defiant. She's determined, in my view, to build a career in America, a political career, and much more. And her lies possibly will now trip her up.
While exposing Meghan, Tom also made sure to give Harry a dose of truth.
So he's as duplicitous as Meghan, but it's worse because she's an actress. She's got no stake in this country. But Harry, a former army officer, betraying the army, his country, his family, his father, dumping on the king, the future king too, and also on his grandmother. That is extraordinary. I mean, Diana would be shocked. The one thing Diana didn't do was be so duplicitous, so dishonest.
While exposing Meghan, Tom also made sure to give Harry a dose of truth. But this case is still cooking, and the heat is rising. Meghan and Harry could be called for deposition at any time, and if she has no proof to support her claims, then legal consequences are sure to follow. The already struggling Duchess and her husband might soon be paying for lies told on camera. If this case succeeds, it could change the game. Celebrities won't be able to hide behind emotional claims or play the victim card when there's no proof. It would open the door for others who feel defamed to finally take action and get justice. With everything going on, Meghan might not be walking free from this. She'll have to answer for every careless word and every damaging lie she told about her sister and her family. So, what do you think? Who's gonna win this case? Samantha or Meghan? Comment below and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.